especially.
Basil, you want to start the show off?
Yeah. I'm Basil, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Is Laura Brooks Basil, Sean's wife. You can see.
Thanks for being on the show.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Laura, can you introduce yourself to the listeners and what you do?
Sure. So I am Laura Brooks. I am connected because you all know Sean Brooks, my husband. I am a school counselor, so I work in a middle school. And Sean was the basketball player, but I played soccer. So that's a little about me.
That's
Very cool.
well, that's good. That sounds nice.
Carly, let us see your face.
You talking
Hey,
to
Charlie,
me?
turn the camera on. While we're waiting for Charlie, welcome to another episode of Rockin' with Rahul and the Three Amigos. And thanks again, Laura, for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
And
So, Laura,
William, you could go ahead with the first question.
so how do you, what made you want to get into counseling?
So I always wanted to work in a school. And I didn't necessarily want to be a teacher. So I was trying to look at different avenues I could do. And I like to work with kids on like a one-on-one setting. So that's how I got into counseling. And this is my third full year at the school I'm at now. And I work with middle school students.
What school do you work at?
I'm at Log College Middle School.
Middle school?
Yeah, it's in Centennial School District, so it's pretty local.
Okay. Is that part of like Bucks County? What county is that?
It's Warminster. It's Warminster.
Warminster?
It's Warminster.
Yeah.
Log College takes up a small part of the population in Warminster. Correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. I don't know why my camera won't come on. I don't know. Maybe the world's better off. I don't know.
So what do you like
Hold
about
on.
your
I know
job,
why.
Laura?
Why?
I like working
There
with the
you
kids. Oh, there we are.
There you are.
So I didn't expect to like middle school students. So they are like 11 through 14 years old. And I thought I would want to be in an elementary school. But I feel like I'm having real, genuine conversations with this age group. So that's what I'm enjoying about middle school specifically.
Yeah, that's good. I remember those days being in middle school myself.
Did you like middle school?
Yeah, it was okay. It was fine. Yeah.
I don't think I love middle school, to be honest.
Laura, one of the viewers have a question for you.
Okay.
He's saying, can you demonstrate what you would tell a child who was yelled at by their parents for saying the tush push?
Oh, come on.
We're on the tush push topic.
Yeah.
Nah.
So apparently no, not a lot of people are going to be in agreement with me, but I'm okay with the tush push.
It's not a football play. It's a rugby play. You can't assist the runner into the end zone. You can't assist the runner forward. That was a rule. I don't know what's going on here. They're getting lax with the rules.
I think they're going to keep it, Charles.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to demonstrate though. I'm not going to any of their games.
So that's what the league is saying, that they're going to keep it?
They didn't say that yet, but they've been
probably because
discussing it a lot.
It sells tickets.
Well, I guess another team's going to have to get better than the Eagles then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a couple teams that are
Wait,
on their
speaking
way.
of Eagles, Laura, are you a big Eagles fan?
Eagles are definitely my team. I don't know if I'm a diehard football fan, but I do enjoy watching. Sean and I watch most weekends. So
Yeah, yeah.
I
Philly,
watch all sports just very loosely.
yeah. Have you been watching the Phillies tonight? They're losing right now.
No,
7-4. Go
I
ahead.
saw
I'm
there
sorry.
was two gender reveals recently, right? There was one of the players was wearing a pink band for someone, and then Bryce Harper just had the blue bat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Trey
Harper brought
Turner.
out the blue bat.
Hey, Trey Turner, give it to him on the field, didn't he?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
blue bat.
I got these from downtown Ferry months ago.
Oh, they're cool.
Yeah.
Look at
I
you.
don't really show these I haven't showed these too often on here. Look.
I like them.
They're bad to the bone.
Yeah.
When you were playing soccer, what position did you play?
I played center mid. Excuse me.
Center mid?
So you were a scorer.
So not really, actually. I was more of a passer. In college,
Pushing the
I
ball.
scored the very first game of the season my freshman year, and then I never scored again. So
Well, you were giving the other players a chance.
exactly. Share the wealth.
That's right. That's right. I have one goal now. It's your turn to get
Yeah.
one goal.
I don't need any
We're gonna
more.
have a losing season, but you turn to get one goal.
Yeah.
But I'm a goalie. I don't want to hear it. Get out there and score a goal.
How long were you playing soccer for? When
I started when I was like 4 years old. So I played from 4 years old all the way through college. And then I did some adult leagues, but have not played in several years. I'm officially retired.
you're
Do you
officially
think
retired?
if you wanted to, you could go out there and play? I mean, after you got yourself in playing shape, you know what
I
I
would
mean?
definitely need to be in playing shape.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But
But
after
I
you
think
got
I could do
yourself in,
it.
yeah, there you go. That's what you got to do. Get yourself in playing shape, and then you go from there.
Yeah.
The viewer, one of the viewer, Matt Tumaz, he wants to know who does Linda likes more, yourself or Carrie?
Wow. Matt coming out with a banger on that question. I would say Ty.
Wow.
No one's going to accept that answer, right?
Yeah, no one's gonna accept
Sorry,
that.
Matt. You know who I think is truly her favorite is all the grandkids.
All the grandkids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can bet it's the grandparents. But so, what is it that I missed the beginning because I was left out there to dangle, Rahul. Anyhow, what is it that you do now? What is it that you call your profession or whatever?
Yeah, I think you hopped in when we were talking about Log College. So that's where I work, and I'm one of the school counselors.
Okay, that's right. I got you. All right, that's cool. Being a counselor, you get to be in there with the kids, but you don't have to worry about, you know, them going crazy while you're trying to teach them math or something.
Right. I don't need to have 26 at one time.
No,
I
no.
get one.
There you go.
Which high school did you played soccer in?
I went to New Hope Solbury.
Yeah.
Is everyone local in the Bucks County area?
Yes.
Yeah.
I-
My my parents live in Chalfont, but me and my wife and baby we live in Lansdale.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not from Bucks County. I'm from Montgomery County. I went to Harrison High School about 10 years ago.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were originally from Philly at first, Basil. So you're originally from Montgomery County?
Well, yeah, I grew up like literally right on the border of Philadelphia and Montgomery County.
Yeah. Oh, but in
And I
between.
still work right on the border.
You mean
Like
in
literally right
between?
on.
You mean in between both, right?
Well, right on the
It
border.
was literally right on the border
Okay.
of Montgomery. I lived in Montgomery County. I could walk across the street and it would be Philadelphia.
Wow, amazing.
Uh, when did you first met Sean?
I met Sean when I was a freshman in college. So when I was a freshman, he was a junior. And we met
Wow.
because the sports teams would interact a lot.
Wow.
Were you both in the same college?
Yes.
Yeah.
What college did you guys both go to together?
We went to Washington College. It's a really small school in Maryland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah, it's a Division III school,
Yeah.
right?
What, what was your major in college?
Psychology.
Oh, I actually figured it out at first.
Yeah.
That was the first day when you said you were counseling at middle school. That was the first thing back in my mind.
Yep.
I kind
They
of figured.
align.
Yes, yeah, I took 3 psychology classes in college. I took human development,
Ah,
sociology, and I also took personality.
What was your favorite?
Jesus Christ Almighty!
What
Uh,
I'm
my
sorry.
my most favorites were personality and human development.
Mhm.
They both were more easy than sociology, to be honest.
Yeah.
with me.
Yep.
'Cause
I
sociology is
agree.
the toughest, yeah.
I liked human development too.
Yeah, it was. You took that too?
Hmm.
Yeah, I took that too when I was at one of my electives when
Okay.
I had my major liberal arts.
Okay.
Yeah, I graduated liberal arts degree last May.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Even I took human development and I took personality class in college.
Bro, did you ever took a sociology and
Yeah, I took sociology. Yeah,
what about psychology? I never took that one.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
My family has a mental health clinic. It's called Omni Health Services.
Oh, yeah, I
It's
know
all
Omni
over.
Health.
It's all over Montgomeryville, Upper Darby, Chester, all over Pennsylvania, and New Jersey.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So they have psychologists, counselors, and psychiatric working for them.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Phillies are getting beat pretty badly.
One of the people want to know. One of the viewers want to know: did Sean try to impress you and buy you beer?
And buy you beers.
No, I don't think he ever got me alcohol.
No.
You
He's
could get it
cheap.
yourself. You could get
Yeah,
it yourself.
I had to get it
Okay.
myself.
I like 12 quarts of your cheapest beer.
Yeah. We had like two bars in the town. There was like nothing around.
Really?
Yeah. It's a boring town.
Who? No.
Laura, I have a question for you.
Mhm.
Where did you guys go on your first date?
Oh no.
And who?
Oh.
Who proposed first, you or Sean?
Well, Sean wanted me to be his girlfriend, and I said no for about a week until I said that I would date him.
Yeah.
So he had to wait for a little bit. I don't remember. This is bad. I don't remember actually our first date before we were officially boyfriend and girlfriend was at Earl's in Peddler's Village, if anyone's familiar.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Never been.
Yeah, I know where that is.
Yes, Peddler's Village.
So that was our first date.
Wow, cool.
So are we
Are we asking questions of her life, or are we asking questions about her career? about everything.
Everything's on the board. All right.
Some of the viewers want to know, were you confused after your first date with Sean?
A little confused. So it's just he's gonna love this. It was supposed to be a lunch date, and then he didn't show up until dinner. So there was definitely confusion with the plan there. So he had to definitely put the work in for us to start dating.
That's funny.
He's a good husband, so we're good.
I'm glad. Yeah, marriage is a big step, I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I think this question is funny. Matt says, "How big of a douche was Sean, and how did he become an even bigger douche now?"
So on the average, from 1 to 10, as far as douches go, what would you say? 1 for the least douche, 10 for the big douche, right?
Which stage of life? Because I think it would change depending.
I think he's not a douchebag. He's an awesome guy.
I was just
I
messing
agree.
around.
Just messing.
Another run, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt's coming up with some good questions.
Did you go to the last game of the season that for Sean and Derek?
I didn't. So the 7 o'clock games were hard with Griffin going to sleep. That's our son. So I tried to make any game that was an afternoon game. But the 7 o'clocks were hard. That was a sad last game, unfortunately.
What happened? Do you want to talk? Can you talk about it or no?
Yes, they lost by a pretty big deficit. And I think what was upsetting is the players didn't play up to their potential. So it wasn't their typical game. So if they were at their prime, it was a very winnable, beatable game, but they just
They didn't
it
haul
wasn't
ass.
in the cards that night.
They just didn't play hard. That's all. What game
Yeah.
is this? What game are we talking about?
They played Bonner in the I think second.
The Catholic Championship football.
Yeah, it was like I think it was second round of states, second or third round of states.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's a shame. You know, that's a tough route to go though. To finally win, to be state champion. I mean, you have to go through. You have to play. I don't know, 4 or 5 games till you get to the championship game.
Right. Yep.
It's it's a lot of dedication,
Yes.
both from the coaching staff and from the players.
Yes, and they get burnout. It's hard to sustain.
Yes, yeah, oh, absolutely.
One of the viewers, West Brooks. Shout out to West Brooks. He was an awesome guest also.
Yes, he
wants to
was.
know, did Sean kiss his hands and shoot in the air towards you like in 17 again?
Wait,
Oh, wow. They're a little childish, aren't they?
I'm not remembering this scene. Wait, say the comment again from Wes.
Did Sean kiss his hands and shoot in the air towards you like in 17 again?
You know, he does do that sometimes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, he must love you.
I think so.
That's nice.
Hopefully.
What was it like when you guys had your child born in the world? What was that like?
When we had Griffin,
Yeah, the baby born in the world.
that was the first few weeks were very difficult. You're just not used to having a baby and being up most of the night. So that was an adjustment for us. My mom stayed for the first week that he was born, and that was really awesome and helpful that she could be there.
Well, one of the viewers want to know, was Sean on time for his first date?
No, he was like at least 6 hours late.
And you waited for him for 6 hours?
Yeah, my dad was not happy about it.
Where were you?
I was at my parents. I was still living I was in college, so I was home. It was our winter break.
Uh-huh.
And does anyone want to guess what he was doing instead of showing up to our date?
Yeah, what happened?
I got a couple ideas, but I don't think this is a family show, right? All right, never mind. I'll say
It's innocent.
Okay. All right. Let's hear it. Come on.
Basketball.
He was
He
playing.
was
He
playing
was cheating
basketball for
cheating
hours.
on you with basketball. Is
Yeah,
that what he was
yeah.
doing?
Sean, Sean,
Oh,
Sean,
Thank
how
you,
could you
Will.
do?
Yeah,
How could you do that?
I
know.
You put
could-
basketball first before your girl. Like, come on, what kind of
I couldn't do it.
Those were
husband
my
does that?
thoughts.
I wouldn't play basketball instead of going out with you, Laura.
Yeah.
Thank
who-
you.
I wouldn't do that.
I-
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to my wife unless if I'm playing a basketball game, honestly.
Well, there you
No, it
go.
wasn't a game.
In my
It was,
opinion. That's just my opinion.
They're pickup games.
yeah, it was
I
pickup
wouldn't play.
game.
I
They're
I
playing
wouldn't play
pig.
for fun instead of having my wife to wait for me, some patience, waiting for me somewhere at a restaurant. Unless if I'm playing in a tournament, that is totally different.
Yeah, well,
All
that would
right,
be a
yeah.
scheduled thing, and you would know.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Oh, you agree with me, right? Do you
Yeah, I
agree with me?
agree with you. Yeah.
Basil, do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I do.
Charlie, I know you do, right?
Oh, without a doubt, William. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
If
I
anyone else agree with me, say it in the chat box. If anyone
Yeah.
agrees with what I'm saying.
and let me know what the chat says.
The chat
What-
says,
Laura, after do you plan on moving ahead in your work, like being principal someday or being assistant principal someday?
I do not have any desire for that.
No.
I think I'll just stick to my role and be a counselor. They deal
That's
with a
good.
lot of extra stuff and discipline and stuff I do not want to deal with.
Well, but and I would say in high school, and especially in middle school, counselors are needed because there's a lot of stuff going on, and between these nice young people,
Mhm.
and they need to have somebody there to talk to when they realize they're not doing what they're supposed to.
Yes, yep.
That's the best way I could put it, Laura. You know what
No,
I mean?
I completely agree.
Yeah, I think
Alright.
being a counselor is a cool job you have, working with kids and all.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, guys. So, yeah. Speaking of jobs, so you all know I started at IMS trading as clean slash clean logic. I'm a production associate. So what I do is what I've been doing so far is doing belly bands and put the sponges in the belly bands, and then I put the sponges, the belly bands in the boxes as a production associate. I work in
That's cool.
it's a warehouse I work in,
That's cool.
and they have nice offices, and the break room is really nice. So everyone there has been really good to me so far.
Well, that's good. That's excellent.
Yeah.
Everybody should be
Congrats on
good
your
to you.
new job, William.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So
Everybody should be good to you all the time, William. Don't take
Yeah.
any crap from anybody. You know, understand?
yeah.
Charles,
Good. So I've been making friends too, and people there have been
Oh,
great.
that's
That's
cool.
awesome.
It's good.
Charles, one of the viewers want to know, what is something you need to ask a counselor, and can you ask Laura for the viewers?
Let's see. Uh, yeah, I'm 15 years old, and I just can't sit still in class. I have to get up and move around. There's no way I can just sit there. They won't let me sit next to my girlfriend. I have to, So, counselor, tell me what should I do?
Wow. I feel like I'm being put on the spot here. That was a great scenario.
Well, thank you very much.
So if that was the case, I would talk to the student about one, why we feel like we have too much energy and we can't sit still. Because if we know why, maybe we can problem solve from there. If we don't know why, then I talk about taking breaks if you need one. So taking a walk around, getting back to class within 5 minutes, maybe taking a fidget from my office. But I would say, I'm sorry, I don't make the rules and you can't sit next to your girlfriend. So I would say that's up to your teacher.
Uh, okay, well, thank you. Thanks a lot. Uh,
Well, what if I have one question for you. What if what if someone comes up to you and say they want to drop out of school? What do you tell them?
Well, the good thing about where I'm at, since I'm at a middle school, they can't drop out of school. So that there there's a little bit of that in the high school once they turn 16. But by law they have to be there. So I just say I know school can suck for a lot of reasons, but we just have to make it through. We have to do things that we enjoy. I think it's good for students to get involved in sports or after school clubs. And so that's what I try to encourage.
yeah.
One of the viewers, they're saying, does Laura ever care about our military? She hasn't thanked Kevin Gallagher for his service yet.
I'm sorry, Kevin.
Thank you for your service, Kevin.
Thank you for your service,
Thank you
Kevin.
for your service, Kevin. And
Yes,
Laura says thank you for your service, Kevin, too. All right, we're all covered. Go ahead, Laura. You can say it. I'm only kidding.
There's
Thank you,
another viewer asking question. If an eighth grader said he wanted to skip class to have a cigarette in the courtyard, what advice would you give him?
I
Smack them, take the cigarettes, and send them back to class.
yeah, yeah. Take the cigarettes, tell him why we can't do drugs. And really that's not allowed on school property. So that would even go above me. That would have to be a discussion with one of the principals or one of our staff members that deals with discipline. So I actually don't deal with too many of those situations because it doesn't come to me.
You work in middle school, is that what you said?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what's that? Fifth, sixth, and seventh, or sixth, seventh, and eighth?
6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Laura.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if you deal with this, but with if students ever come to you about like if this person's like in their personal space or whatever, because I learned that a lot in school, middle school and high school. I hope you didn't mind me asking that.
No, we actually talk about that a lot, especially with our. Yeah, go ahead, Will.
Sorry to interrupt.
No.
So, have you ever talked to us students about that? How often do you deal with that? Just for curiosity.
I would say a decent amount. I think in middle school, like there's just a lot of like touching, like, and not in a bad way, but just like students want to shove each other or like tap them on the head or like push through in different ways. So we're always saying like, don't touch each other, don't touch each other.
This is
So
also this is also time. This is also the time when the testosterone is oozing out of their ears. the guys, and so that's what turns them into apes in middle school and in high school also.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, yeah. That's personal space. That's what it's called.
Yeah, we just say like our personal space bubble, like you cross that line, let's kind of stick to where our
Bound-
our boundary stays.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There's
Yeah,
there's a lot of interesting things I'm sure that will come up during the course of, I wouldn't even say your entire career. I would say in the course of 1 year, what you're going to, you know, check out and see what's going on, you
Mhm.
know?
especially like when you're working like full time or part time, you really gotta not get into people's bubble.
Yeah. Well, and you see these people every day, so once you get annoyed, it's hard to go back from that.
Hook
Yeah.
them with a stick.
when
I'm
when
sure
you
they're Raul, are they
Hook them with,
strict about that pen?
Hook 'em with a stick.
when you and Sean are at work, does the baby go to daycare also?
None of your business, really.
Well, we're actually really lucky because my mom watches him 3 days a week, and then my mother-in-law, Sean's mom, does the other two.
Okay. That's nice.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that is so awesome.
yeah, saves us some money too. He gets a lot of love, and we get to save money.
Oh, your mother's watching them?
Yeah, she has him 3 days a week.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, one of the viewers, Sarah Tucci, she wants to know what's your favorite fidget toy and what's your student favorite?
Oh, okay.
What's the
Great question. I think I really like magnets. So I have like a three, I don't know, circles that like all magnetize together that you can play with. They're like little rings. So I think that's my favorite fidget. And then you'll have to Google this. It's called a Nido stress ball. And it like just the material of it, the kids love it. It kind of sinks in and then it takes a while to mold back to its normal shape. So the kids really like that one.
Wow, that's groovy. What is Anito? What did you call it again?
Yeah, and
Anito.
Nido, I think it's Nedoh, maybe.
Okay, all right. And where would someone find these stress balls?
I bought that on Amazon. I think you can find it at Walmart, and some other places too.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Hmm.
Um, I want to make an announcement to everyone. Like, if you guys aren't traveling anywhere, or if you have a passport, you don't need the real ID. You could get it after the deadline, so you don't have to start standing all the long lines and all. So just wait until after the deadline. You could still get the real IDs.
Yeah. Hey, Laura,
Yeah.
is there? I have a question.
Mhm.
At the school you work at, do they have? I never asked Sean if they have a special ed program at the school he works at or coaches at for. Do they have a special ed program? Just asking.
Yeah, we do.
Uh,
In all our buildings and where Sean coaches as well, they have a special ed program.
Yeah, if I wanted to share this with you, maybe send it to you and Sean. If you wanted to share, I have a picture of it, but if you wanted to share with the uh with the school you work at, with the Sean what school works at, yeah,
Yeah.
I want to send it to you. Yeah, I'll send,
What's the picture?
what's your number? I want to send it to you.
You want to send it to my number?
Yeah,
Do you have Sean's phone number?
yes, I do.
I'll have Sean text you my number.
Okay, sounds good.
That's awesome.
Uh, Laura, do you have any positive word for the viewers? And
Just that I
and
appreciate
before,
anyone watching us.
What's you appreciate what the people are watching us?
Yeah, and joining in on the chat.
We're a good-looking group. Look
I
at Basil. I mean, come on.
I look
Look at
like I
that
just
hair.
rolled out of bed, didn't I?
He's like Mick
I didn't
Jagger.
Finally got some style in my hair, so I figured I'd keep it just going.
do you watch the show The View, Laura?
Yeah.
I don't. Sean was
Why do
just
you
telling me about it.
why do you ask every woman that's on this show if they watch The View?
Because William came up with it.
Yeah,
Oh, come on.
courtesy when my mom used to watch it when she was around.
I think Laura's a lot more. Well, never mind. I'm not going to say it. But you know what I'm saying. I don't think she's like into The View, are you?
I don't know what it's about.
It's a panel of women that sit around and they talk about things and go back and forth. You got like Whoopi Goldberg, and you have you know real left wing Democrats to right wing Republicans to the people in the middle. It's a pretty good show. It's a pretty good gig.
Do you have any motivational advice for the viewers?
Motivational advice.
Don't go in the rain with without your socks with your socks on. I just screwed that up totally.
um. Motivational advice. I don't know. I might have to think on this one.
Yeah, 48 hours.
48 hours and then I can come back to it?
You can come back to this panel and tell us what
I'll
you
put
came
it
up
in
with.
the chat. Yeah.
Laura, I just text you. I just texted in the chat box on Zoom. If you want
Okay.
to look at it, if you want to share this with the special ed program.
All right.
I want to
Thank
share
you.
this. Yeah, I wanted to share this with our school someday as well.
Perfect. Thank you. It's not loading while I'm on here, so I'll have to click once we're done.
Yeah, okay.
It sounds like the name of an album. Click once we're done. So, what else are we going to do here? Well, anybody else have any questions for this young lady?
No, Laura's gonna come up with advice, and then we'll wrap things up.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, so I said this to one of my coworkers today. The grass is always greener on the other side. So it's not always, but sometimes we think it is. So that's my piece of motivational advice.
That's a good advice.
Yeah, it is. It is. Grass is always greener on the other side of the septic tank. That was the woman that came up with these phrases. She wrote a book, and that was the name. That was the title of the book.
Yeah.
What was her name? Irma Bombeck? I don't know.
Laura, what times do you and Sean work in the morning? Who leaves out the house first?
I try to be at work around 7:15. The kids start arriving around 7:45 in the morning, so I have to be there pretty early.
She has to put up the bars in front of her door, the big black bars.
Yeah.
Well, what about Sean? What time does he have to be? Yeah.
So we might have to cross check this with Connor, his coworker. So I think he goes in around 8:39
and comes home at 10.
Yeah, and then I never see him again.
Are you in the same school?
No, I'm just kidding. But he's able to walk to work, so he kind of lives large. He gets to come home, have his lunch here, and then go back.
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice. He works at Upper Dublin High School, right? That's where he coaches the basketball team.
So yeah, so he has a separate job from the Upper Dublin one, but then coaches with Derek and Connor too at Upper Dublin.
Yeah, you want to know what time I have to get up for work now? Five.
Oh,
I get up at 5 o'clock and I start work at 7:30 in the morning till 4.
that's
Wow.
really early.
Yeah, I know.
That's a good work day.
I leave
What
the
time do
house.
you get up for work?
That's a regular work day.
I leave the
I
house
used
by
to have
like
to be in at 7.
I leave the house by like 7:15, 7:20, and I get to PennDOT by 8 a.m. And yesterday we got done at 6:45. Today we got done at 7 p.m. So there's long lines at the DMV for the real ID.
That's a long day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
especially if you're on your feet
One
the whole time.
one of the viewers, uh, Derek Brooks, said, "Nice to see one of the Mrs. Brooks isn't chicken to come on the show."
Oh. So the other Mrs. Brooks are being called out. I guess you might need to have one of them next.
Where's my lasagna?
Sean's trying to crash.
Hey, Sean.
Did you
I
hear
think-
him?
What?
He said, "Where's my lasagna?"
Oh, I heard that.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know. He probably is looking for some lasagna to eat. Do you have lasagna in the fridge?
No lasagna.
All right, he's gonna have to go out for it then. While you're out, give me a cheese hoagie, will you?
I think.
Oh, there he is.
I
There he
think.
is.
Hello again, Sean.
I
How
was
are
I
you?
was watching. A lot of crap was talking about me. I don't really appreciate it. Will, what the
I
heck?
was like, Sean, because you let your girl hang on your first date.
You ever heard of playing hard to get? Come on, look at me now. I got a kid and I did it. That's how it's done.
He's living large.
Done.
He's living a dream.
No one take advice from him.
I think for the next show we'll ask Carrie Brooks and Emma to be on the show.
Carrie and whom?
Emma,
And the who?
Carrie
whom?
Brooks, and Emma Tumaz to be on the show.
Ooh.
Carrie
Ooh.
Brooks.
And bring Laura back.
Carrie, isn't that who's Carrie Brooks again?
And she's
She's Mr.
she's
Brooks'
married to
daughter.
Derek Brooks.
Oh yeah, I met her at the North Penn game, right, Rahul?
It's
Yeah.
Mr.
I seen her
it's-
there. Yeah, I met her. Yeah. Oh, I didn't figure that's who you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
I think Carrie and Emma would be great guests for the next show.
And who's Emma?
Emma's married to Matt Tumaz.
And bring Laura back, and we'll have the 3 ladies on the panel, and we'll ask them with questions of importance that men want to know.
Charlie,
Yeah.
that is the funniest thing I've ever heard. I never heard someone said that before in my life, honestly.
Laura-
How about you,
trying,
Basil?
I'm just trying to be real, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Basil, how about you? Have you ever heard someone say it like that?
No, that was pretty good, Charlie.
Thank you.
And Laura, I think you should team up with Carrie and Emma to come on the show.
Want to sit at the casino?
All right, so I need an 8:30 start time because I'm a baby and I go to bed early.
Okay, that will be fine.
Because I know the boys stay up late to 9:30, but that's hard.
We'll work it out.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I'll be back.
William, do you want to do this closing statement?
Sure. Yeah, thank you everyone for listening to another episode of Rocket Row and the Three Amigos. Please be sure to click and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And remember to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And listen, we recording Moncareo Friday night on moncareo.com.
Before we leave, the viewers want to hear you sing the Eagle song with us, Laura. Fly,
Eagles fly on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles fly.
Score a
Touchdown,
touchdown.
1, 2, 3.
Hit them
Hit 'em
low,
low, hit 'em high.
and
Watch
watch
the
the
Eagles
Eagles
fly.
fly.
Fly, Eagles fly.
On the road
Road to
to
victory.
victory. EAGLES.
Yes,
Eagles.
Eagles.
Woo!
Thanks, Laura, for joining the show.
Thank you, everyone, for having me.
Yeah.